Okay guys, here's your next installment of a speed and agility workout. First thing you're going to do for your warm-up is a light quarter-mile jog. So maybe you want to pause the video right now, go do that quarter-mile jog. When you've come back from your quarter-mile jog, we're going to do a basic imaginary ladder drill sequence. So the first thing we're going to do, and I'm going to do this with you, is we're going to picture we're standing right on the outside of one of the ladder squares. It's only about 12 inches, so you don't have a really wide stance. We're going to be in a quarter squat position, heels off the ground. I'm going to step my feet together, and then I'm going to step my feet apart. It's a 1-2, 1-2. For 20 seconds, we're going to do that together. Let me get my clock ready so I can see it. Basic ladder drills using an imaginary ladder. Quarter squat position, starting in 2, 1, go. In, out, in, out, out. In, out, out. In, out, out. Your arms are quickly moving forward and backwards, trying to match the pace of your feet. We're going for 20 seconds. 5 seconds remaining. And stop. In between our ladder drills, if you have something to hold on to, a dumbbell, a ball, even it doesn't matter. Anything you could just hold on to that we can use for a reaching pattern. In between, we're going to do 5 forward steps. Back leg stays down, heels down, back leg is locked out. And whenever I'm using to reach, or I don't have anything at all, I'm going to reach down to mid-shin and then recover up. Switching legs, the front leg bends, the back leg is straight. I bend at my hips, I reach to my shin and come up. If that's too easy of a reach, you can go further down to the toe. It all depends on your flexibility. We're going to do that 5 times each. I'm already on my third and third. We're stepping. Back leg stays straight. Front leg is bent. Hips bend to reach and bend forward. 1 more each. And that's 5. Okay, now we're going back to our ladder drill. As the imaginary square in front of me now, both feet are together, and I'm going to go 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. For 20 seconds, starting in 3, 2, 1, 2 forward, 2 back. 2 forward, 2 back, 2 forward, 2 back, 2 forward, 2 back. And you're trying to do this fast in that same athletic stance. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, relax. Second version of our step and reach is a side step. We're getting used to stepping in all our 3 planes of motion. So like a side lunge, I step, toe hits, heel drops, butt goes back, both hands reach to the shin. I'm gonna do 5 in a row on my 1 leg. Butt goes back, I bend forward, I reach to the shin. Again, your back leg stays locked out. That's 3. Bend and reach is 4. Bend and reach is 5. Now I'm going to step the opposite way. Toe lands, heel drops. I bend and reach, and my knee is directly underneath me. 5 times. Step, bend, reach. Back leg has to be locked out. That's 3. That's 4. And that's 5. And then our final basic ladder drill. We're going to straddle the square, so this imaginary square is in between my feet. And I'm going to bring both feet in simultaneously as a hop, out, in, kind of like a jumping jack. This time I keep my hands on my hips, starting in 5 seconds. And go. But you have to go fast. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. As fast as you can should be faster than me. 5 seconds. And stop. Then our final step and reach puts us in what we call the transverse plane, which is some kind of rotation. So if I'm standing here, feet are together, both toes are straight. My right leg is going to step, rotate, and point to the back right corner of the room. That's the knee that bends. Trail leg does not bend. I turn my shoulders. I bend and reach to that shin. When I recover, I add a hop. Now my left leg is going to rotate, point to the back left corner of the room, My front leg is not moved. My shoulders and hips turn. Feel a nice stretch here. I bend and reach. Then I recover. Quick hop. We're going to do that 5 times each. That's over in 1. 2. 3. Number 4. And last. And 5. Okay, you're going to pause the video because you want to do that whole sequence we just did a second time. All 3 ladder drills, all 3 step and reaches. Pause the video or rewind it and just go through it again with me. You need to do that twice. Okay, after you did that twice, what we need now, and you're going to see the 2 cones that are set up here in my room are exactly 12 feet apart. It's about 3 long adult steps, maybe 4. It's exactly 4 yards, 12 feet apart. We're going to do 10 drills using just these 12 feet. I'm kind of keeping it short because I know a lot of people don't have a lot of room. So these 10 drills, I'm going to demonstrate each one. I'm going to go through the whole thing. What you're going to do, each drill is going to be done there and back, counting as 1. You're going to do that 5 times. So every drill I show you right now, you're going to do there and back 5 times. And there's 10 of them. So the first drill, simply, I'm going to demonstrate 1 time there and back. It's a standard march. My hands are on my hips, my knee and toe come up. As the foot comes down, the other knee explodes up, explodes up, explodes up, explodes up. The toe comes up. As it comes down to the ground, my toe points, adding lift to the other leg. Knee up, toe up, knee up, toe up, knee up, toe up, knee up, toe. When I get to the cone, this one, I'm going to do backwards. Simple knee drive march. That was there and back once. If you want to do your 5 right now, pause the video and do it 5 times there and back. Second drill, there and back 5 times. This one we'll do forward and backwards again, is a slow and low skip. So step with a hop, step with a hop, step with a hop, step with a hop. I'm not trying to go fast, but I'm keeping my heels off the ground for the skip backwards also. Step, hop, step, hop. Slow and low. Don't drive your knees up super high. Get the hands moving with the skip motion of your legs, and you're going to go there and back 5 times. Slow and low skips. Pause the video and do that now. So once you did your slow and low skip, we're now going to an A skip, which combines the march knee with the skip. So now I'm up and skip. I want a lot of knees. I don't want to move forward quickly. And this is what I'm doing backwards. A lot of knees. I'm not going cone to cone fast. Driving the knee up and the toe up, pounding down to the next skip. Also, don't make it a plyometric skip. You're not trying to jump up really high. You're trying to get a lot of knees. There and back 5 times. Pause the video. Do that now. So you just got finished with your A skip 5 times there and back. Now we're going to do a sideways skip. So lateral or a sideways skip, I need to lift this leg up, put it down for the skip, and pop the other leg up. You're not allowed to cross your feet over. Do not do this. We're stepping and skipping. Putting this foot down on the inside of the other one. When I get to the cone, I can come back. It's not a high knee skip. It's a sideways skip, there and back 5 times. Pause the video and do your 5. Okay, your sideways skip or lateral skip was number 4. The 5th one is now a power skip. So power skip is your A skip, but we're driving off to the ground into a jump. So I'm going to big jump up, big jump up, big jump up, big jump up. This one you're turning around for because we don't want to do power skips backwards. So I'm staying forward, power skips there and back 5 times. Do that now. After you've done the power skip, if you have just enough room on the outside of your cones, or whatever you put down as a marker, we're going to do a figure 8 pattern shuffle. If you don't have a lot of room on the outside of the cones, just shuffle inside your cones. So when we shuffle, our hips are back, athletic stance, my heels are off the ground, I got good posture in my back, I'm on the balls of my feet. I'm going to shuffle around this cone and cut back around and shuffle around this cone. Always staying facing forward. It's a figure 8 pattern. Again, if you don't have the room, stay inside the cone. You're going to do that 5 times. Pause your video and do it now. All right, coming back, we are on number 7, which is our crossover step. Slightly more confusing. Same position as you started with in your shuffle, but now I want my back leg to cross over for my first step of my lateral movement. So I'm going to turn that shin and knee the direction I want to step. So this knee and shin turns, I push off it, I cross over, recover, cross over. Now I only got 2 steps before I got to the cone. So I'm going to pause and do the same thing the other way. Cross over, shin turns in, cross over, pause, shin turns in, cross over. You may have to practice that slow to get the proper shin angle for the crossover step. Practice that now, down and back 5 times. Pause the video. All right, coming back after the crossover, we're now going to do our standard karaoke. We don't have to hip hinge a lot. This is more of an upright drill. What I'm trying to practice now basically is just some hip rotation. It's not a very functional movement because it's not often that we do a lot of these steps in athletic performance. So I'm going to rotate my hips, turn, 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 turn. I'm inside my cones, get a lot of steps and a lot of hip rotation. Rotate back, rotate forward, rotate back, rotate forward. We've all done that drill. Do that 5 times there and back. Pause the video. Pause the video. All right, you're coming back after karaoke. And now we want to do a slow, low, lateral squat walk. This gets a little confusing. I'm going to get into a good low squat stance. I'm going to step this leg out so my back leg locks out. And I transfer my weight here. Now with this leg really heavy, I can pull that leg back underneath me. Another step here, transfer my weight. I'm heavy on this leg. My back leg is straight and I pull that leg underneath me. If I want to do a harder version, when I pull it underneath me, I'm going to leave it in the air for 2 seconds, then put it down. So I'm going to get there. Here's my other cone. Hold it a second, then put it down. Now when I go back, I step, transfer my weight to this leg. This leg becomes light, so I can pull it, hold it, put it down. Repeat. Back leg straightens out. Pause, put it down. It's a low lateral squat walk. You're going to go down and back 5 times. Pause the video and do that now. Okay, coming back, this is number 10, our 10th drill in between our 2 cones, which are again 4 yards apart. I'm going to start in a short staggered stance. Believe it or not, I only got 12 feet to run in, so it's not a lot of steps. I'm going to sprint to that cone, decelerate in the squat position. So here's my sprint, short feet, pause. I'm in my squat. Now heels off the ground, back pedal to the cone, pause. Now I'm going to restart. Sprint. See how my feet go? Short steps at the end into my squat, that makes me stop. Heels off the ground, butt back, back pedal. There's always a pause in your squat. Back pedal, pause to reset your feet. Staggered stance, go into a sprint. That's your sprint, squat, stop, back pedal. You're gonna do that 5 times right now. Pause the video and do that. Okay, so you got through your 10 drills. Simple drills, you can make them very hard by putting an effort into it. You only got about 12 feet to work of working space. You did 1 through 10, 1 set each, 5 reps of each. A rep is down and back. You're now going to go back and do that whole thing again. We want 2 rounds of that. 1 through 10, 2 rounds. Pause the videotape, do the whole thing again, rewind the tape, do it with me again. Whatever you need to do, 2 rounds there. And then finally, the major portion of your workout today is just some standard sprints. See if you can get my head back in the picture. You need to map out somewhere where you can set. Okay, I lost you for a minute there. One of the hardest things doing all these videos is managing space on my phone. So what I was saying is you're going to finish with 5 20-yard sprints with a 45-second break in between each, 5 10-yard sprints with a minute break in between, and then a half-mile run for time at the end. So you're going to map out 20 yards, 60 feet, and you're going to do 5 sprints at 20 yards, 45-second break, and then 5 sprints shorter at 10 yards with a minute break in between. Those are max effort sprints. That's why you're getting a little longer break. Then when you're done with all that, a half-mile run for time, please send us the results of your half-mile run. Good luck.